Okay, rec, better audio. So does gear matter? I don't know. I use good gear, so to me it matters, but it's also a way to procrastinate, to not do stuff. Crispy. But let's talk about the gear. Yeah, so gear, it is a certain way for people to procrastinate. And I think it's funny how so many people, they focus so much on the whole gear thing. Like cameras doesn't matter. I made my first short that was in Cannes on HDV and 35mm adapters. That was insane if you compare it to what you do today. And sometimes I cut that stuff into the vlog and nobody even notices. So who cares? And then my first real film for television that I made as a director, that was Zero Silence. And that film was shot on a 5D Mark II. And that didn't even have the Magic Lantern firmware. And it still holds up, I think, if you look at it. So it's funny how people tend to just like obsess about gear when it doesn't fucking matter. And then you look at the gear I use today. Sure, that's expensive and all. And even like this microphone here and the recorder I use, that's super expensive for what it is. And it does create more crisp audio. But it's not like you can't shoot a film without it. It's too many people get stopped by the whole gear thing. And who talks about gear? Well, it's the person that isn't creating, of course. It's often that, you know, people come to me when I have an expensive camera in my hands and they want to talk about cameras. Once they do that, I know that they're not making anything. The people that talk about gear, they're for sure people that aren't making anything. The people that don't talk about gear, they get intimidated by people that have expensive gear because they feel lesser or, you know, they feel like they should have that. And if they don't go up and talk to them. At least I wouldn't. I would feel kind of weirded out about the whole situation. But most people, they wait, and they never create. And that is the sure way to not succeed in this whole thing. I need to scrape these windows. Anyway, all that gear talk, you should just go out and create. That's what makes the difference in the end, and everybody knows that. Yeah, gear, love gear, but if you focus too much on it, all it's gonna do is ruin your filmmaking career. I mean, there's a lot of people that they depend on having the most expensive equipment in order to tell their stories in a way that's their type of story. And sure, do you, but if you're starting out, don't have too high of an ambition, because then it will just lead to you not doing anything or creating anything. And that's of course not a good thing if you want to start out in the film industry. So focus much more on making stuff. Focus less on the gear. This is obvious to most people, but in reality people don't listen so much to these things. They do, you know, focus on getting a new camera, focus on if I only had this, if I only had that. Nobody cares about that. People care about what you put out. You need to put stuff out all the time, especially in today's age. I mean, if you don't put stuff out all the time, I don't know how you will succeed today, because there's so many people that are just doing stuff every week or whatever, at least once a month, like fantastic shorts. We do it 5 times a week now in a couple of weeks or so, or we've just started. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but I mean, if we can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of putting in the time and really learning how these things work, because you can't just expect to be able to go out and kind of make stuff just like that. You need to think things through as you're creating. So you need to create stuff, go back, evaluate what you did, how can you do it more efficiently, how can you do it better, and then go out and create some more. And don't focus on the gear, because the gear will only stop you. I mean, this GH5 camera, it holds up for doing a feature film. Stop obsessing about cameras and gear. Damn! And really, I think anybody that obsesses about gear, I mean, how will you ever be able to tell a story if that's all you care about? Care about character, care about whatever story you're trying to tell. Don't care about, I mean, the stupidest thing, like, oh, I need this camera, oh, I need this microphone, if I only had this team, if I only had this producer, oh, this producer could make my career if I only was Tarantino. Shut the fuck up and go out and make stuff. Yes, that's all you need. Make stuff and you'll succeed. Damn it.